Vostok Station is a Russian research station in inland Princess Elizabeth Land, Antarctica. Founded by the Soviet Union in 1957, the station lies at the southern pole of Coal, with the lowest reliably measured natural temperature on Earth of -89.2 degrees Celsius. Research includes ice core drilling and magnetometry. Vostok was named after Vostok, the lead ship of the First Russian Antarctic Expedition, captained by Fabian von Bellingshausen. Description: Vostok Research Station is about 1,300 kilometers from the geographic South Pole, at the center of the East Antarctic ice sheet and within the Australian Antarctic Territory. As a signatory to the Antarctic Treaty System, Australia does not exercise sovereignty over the territory. Vostok is located near the southern pole of inaccessibility and the south geomagnetic pole, making it one of the optimal places to observe changes in the Earth's magnetosphere. Other studies include actinometry, geophysics, medicine and climatology. The station is at 3,488 meters above sea level and is one of the most isolated established research stations on the Antarctic continent. The station was supplied from Muriel Station on the Antarctic coast. The station typically contains 25 scientists and engineers in the summer. In winter, the number drops to 13. The only permanent research station located farther south is the Amundsen Scott South Pole Station, operated by the United States at the geographic South Pole. Some of the challenges faced by those living on the station were described in Vladimir Sanin's books such as Newbie in the Antarctic, 72 degrees below zero, and others. History: Vostok Station was established on the 16th of December 1957 by the Second Soviet Antarctic Expedition and was operated year-round for more than 37 years. The station was temporarily closed from February to November 1994. In 1974, when British scientists in Antarctica performed an airborne ice-penetrating radar survey and detected strange radar readings at the site, the presence of a liquid, freshwater lake below the ice did not instantly spring to mind. In 1991, Geoffrey Ridley, a remote sensing specialist with the Mullard Space Science Laboratory at University College London, directed a European satellite called ERS-1 to turn its high-frequency array toward the center of the Antarctic ice cap. It confirmed the 1974 discovery, but it was not until 1993 that the discovery was published in the Journal of Glaciology. Space-based radar revealed that the subglacial body of fresh water was one of the largest lakes in the world, and one of some 140 subglacial lakes. In Antarctica, Russian and British scientists delineated the lake in 1996 by integrating a variety of data, including airborne ice-penetrating radar imaging observations and space-borne radar altimetry. Lake Vostok lies some 4,000 meters below the surface of the central Antarctic ice sheet and covers an area of 14,000 square kilometers. Historic monuments: Vostok Station Tractor, Heavy Tractor 11, which participated in the first traverse to the South Geomagnetic Pole, along with a plaque to commemorate the opening of the station in 1957, has been designated a historic site to monument following a proposal by Russia to the Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting. Professor Kudryashov's Drilling Complex Building. The drilling complex building stands close to Vostok Station at an elevation of 3,488 meters. It was constructed in the summer season of 1983–1984. Under the leadership of Professor Boris Kudryashov, ancient ice core samples were obtained. The building has been designated a historic site, a monument, following a proposal by Russia to the Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting. Climate. Vostok Station has an ice-cap climate, with sub-zero cold year-round. The station sees an average of only 22 mm of precipitation per year. On average, Vostok Station receives 26 days of snow per year. It is by far the coldest spot on Earth, with the lowest recorded temperature being -89.2 degrees Celsius. The average summer temperature is -31.9 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, the average winter temperature is -68 degrees Celsius, and the highest recorded temperature was -14.0 degrees Celsius. In contrast, it is also one of the sunniest places on Earth, with less than a 300-hour deficit against the sunniest. Despite having no sunshine at all from May to August, there are more hours of sunshine per year than even the sunniest places of South Africa. Vostok has the highest sunshine total for any calendar month on Earth, at an average of 708.8 hours of sunshine in December, or 22.9 hours daily. It also has the lowest sunshine for any calendar month, with an absolute maximum of 0 hours of sunshine per month during polar night. Vostok is the coldest place on Earth. The average temperature of the cold season is about -65 degrees Celsius, while the average temperature of the warm season is about -42 degrees Celsius. The lowest reliably measured temperature on Earth of -89.2 degrees Celsius was in Vostok on the 21st of July 1983 at 5:45 Moscow time, which was 7:45 for Vostok's time zone, and 1:45 UTC. This beat the station's former record of -88.3 degrees Celsius on the 24th of August 1960. Lower temperatures occurred higher up towards the summit of the ice sheet as temperature decreases with height along the surface. The coldest wind chill was -124 degrees Celsius on the 24th of August 2005, with a real temperature of -74 degrees Celsius. Though unconfirmed, it has been reported that Vostok reached the temperature of -91 degrees Celsius on the 28th of July 1997. The warmest recorded temperature at Vostok is -14.0 degrees Celsius, which occurred on January 1974. The coldest month was August 1987, with a mean temperature of -75.4 degrees Celsius, and the warmest month was December 1989, with mean of -28 degrees Celsius. In addition to the extremely cold temperatures, other factors make Vostok one of the most difficult places on Earth for human habitation. An almost complete lack of moisture in the air, an average wind speed of 5 meters per second, sometimes rising to as high as 27 meters per second, a lack of oxygen because of its high elevation at 3,488 meters, a high ionization of the air, a polar night that lasts approximately 130 days, from late April to late August, including 85 continuous days of civil polar night. Acclimatization to such conditions can take from a week to 2 months and is accompanied by headaches, eye twitches, ear pains, nosebleeds, perceived suffocation, sudden rises in blood pressure, loss of sleep, reduced appetite, vomiting, joint and muscle pain, arthritis, and weight loss of 3 to 5 kilograms. Ice core drilling. In the 1970s, the Soviet Union drilled a set of cores 500 to 952 meters deep. These have been used to study the oxygen isotope composition of the ice, which showed that ice of the last glacial period was present below about 400 meters depth. Then 3 more holes were drilled. In 1984, hole 3G reached a final depth of 2,202 meters. In 1990, hole 4G reached a final depth of 2,546 meters, and in 1993, hole 5G reached a depth of 2,755 meters. After a brief closure, drilling continued during the winter of 1995. In 1996 it was stopped at depth 3,623 meters, by the request of the Scientific Committee on Antarctic Research that expressed worries about possible contamination of Lake Vostok. This ice core, drilled collaboratively with the French, produced a record of past environmental conditions stretching back 420,000 years and covering 4 previous glacial periods. For a long time it was the only core to cover several glacial cycles, but in 2004 it was exceeded by the Epica core, which, whilst shallower, covers a longer time span. In 2003 drilling was permitted to continue, but was halted at the estimated distance to the lake of only 130 meters. The ancient lake was finally breached on 5 February 2012 when scientists stopped drilling at the depth of 3,770 meters and reached the surface of the subglacial lake. The brittle zone is approximately between 250 and 750 meters and corresponds to the last glacial maximum, with the end of the Holocene climatic optimum at a near the 250 meters depth. Although the Vostok core reached a depth of 3,623 meters, the usable climatic information does not extend down this far. The very bottom of the core is ice refrozen from the waters of Lake Vostok and contains no climate information. The usual data sources give proxy information down to a depth of 3,310 meters of 414,000 years. Below this there is evidence of ice deformation. It has been suggested that the Vostok record may be extended down to 3,345 meters of 436,000 years to include more of the interesting MAS 11 period, by inverting a section of the record. This then produces a record in agreement with the newer, longer Epica record. Although it provides no new information,